All right, so we're in the process of bumping everything out of this RV over to my pickup truck because we're going racing at Deep South tomorrow. It's been a while since we raced out of just a pickup truck, and we usually leave a lot of stuff in the RV, which is nice because we don't have an enclosed trailer. So we're bouncing everything over there, trying to get stuff organized and figure out what we're going to do. It's a busy day tomorrow. We got a birthday party in the morning and then racing at Deep South, which is about an hour and a half away from here tomorrow night. Y'all are big Amazon shoppers. These plastic totes are super awesome. So I got like Heim spacers and kind of suspension stuff in this box. This box, I've got rivets, some random bolts, body bolts, and suspension bolts and stuff like that. But these boxes, you overlay them and they latch together and they stay together. So, well, they're supposed to stay together. How about that? They stay together, nice and organized. Throw these around. They're pretty durable and they're pretty cheap. I want to say they're like 20 bucks for 2 of these boxes. we got the first win of the modified out of the way. It's now Tuesday. We're out here getting some work done on the car, prepping to rebuild our ball joints and hubs. It's typically what I do like on a Tuesday. Mondays, I wipe the whole car down front to back, every single roll bar, because pressure washing, I always miss stuff. So got the shocks off yesterday, was working on them when I had a phone call with guys from IMCA. I'm going to be on the Dirtcast podcast. That should be releasing probably this Friday. Just talking about my military career and how I'm able to race throughout my military career, how I got started and that such. So be on the lookout for that guy. But after the race this Saturday, I could not sleep. I was like, man, why was this car so terrible? We threw a lot of changes at the car, stuff I typically do, stuff that I typically don't. And then it dawned on me. I know my son likes to play around in my cockpit of the race car for a while. And so Sunday I got up in the morning and I verified what I thought happened. My crew chief decided I need to be really free on entry, so he cranked in 100% rear brake bias, like to the point where it was like bound up. Now we got some front brake in it. That is why I was having issues trail braking. Like when I'm getting the car up on the bars on restarts and stuff, like I can just never felt like it wanted to go on the right front and just dig. And when I'm trail braking down the straightaway, getting in the corners, like it never felt like it wanted to stick. Instead, when I'm braking and I'm easing off the gas, and the moment I get like out of the gas, the car just snaps sideways. And I could just, I mean, I'm telling you, I was throwing some crazy stuff at it, trying different driving styles, and it never dawned on me to crank some front brake into it, because typically I ran a lot more front brake. I didn't know it was cranked all the way to the back. So now, before every race day, I'm gonna crank it all the way to the back and put some rounds into it till I develop how many rounds I need to be at. Yep, clean them springs up. We wipe all our springs down, and we put them all back on our sliders and our shocks and smash them. Yep, there you go. Get the rag wet. All right, now clean the spring. Yep, that's good. Grab it and clean the spring. Good job. Yep, got to keep our nice springs. Oh, we need some more. Alrighty. But now I know how to really free this car up on entry. I mean, brake bias, I've messed with it in the past. It's just not my favorite tuning tool because I'm already so kind of wigged out in the cockpit. Don't have time to grab that brake handle and crank it. Typically on older cars, the other cars I've had, the brake bias has always been kind of tough. And I've kind of been spooked because the very first race in a late model, I over-cranked the rear brake bias to where it was dragging the rear brakes, and the rotors got smoked. They were glowing bright red. There were sparks flying out the back of it. So it kind of spooked me away from using the brake bias adjuster. And I've never had pressure gauges for the brake bias in the car before either. So kind of just put them mid-range and just dealt with it and adjusted driving style and maybe the car itself. But yeah, we're learning. Anyways, we're gonna get this car back together. Like I said, we're rebuilding hubs, ball joints. Gonna take the rear hubs off, cleaning all the pads off, brake pads off, and just regular weekly maintenance. So we'll see y'all this weekend at Northwest Florida Speedway. It's kind of a rain out makeup date, even though it's a regular scheduled date. It's a pretty car contest, so maybe we can take home one of those trophies. There's some other pretty cars in the area, like Jimmy Dunaway. He's got a really nice hot rod. Brand new K Dillard, looks beautiful. But yeah, we'll be there, and then maybe next weekend we'll be back at Deep South, and we're probably gonna take a break for a minute. That'd be 4 weekends in a row. I could race more, but it's wear and tear on the family. We gotta do some family things thrown in there. But with that, I'll see y'all next weekend. Later.